Hello, everyone. So I think we've got to talk about the awful downfall of Hwang Hee-Chan. I mean, I did a video on this about 7 or 8 months ago, and the conclusion I come to back then was that he's been really unlucky with injuries, and he had a really good spell, didn't he, at one point? But injuries have took its toll. But this time, this season, I don't think that can be his excuse. If you've been keeping an eye on the international break, he had a penalty for South Korea in a friendly against Ghana, and all I can say is it was awful. The worst penalty I've ever seen. There's no excuse for it. It's poor from a professional footballer. And if you think back, I immediately thought to his penalty in pre-season against Stoke. Similar sort of penalty, probably a bit better of a strike, but he did put the rebound in, but he's got previous.
He also missed that penalty against West Ham in the Carabao Cup. That's just come back to me while editing.
I think he's 29 years of age now, and he's been at Wolves since 2021. Obviously came on loan at first and under Bruno Lage. And he's had like glimpses, like the first few seasons, I think he got a few goals in the first couple of seasons. Then he had a really good spell under Gary O'Neill when he had Neto and Cunha either side of him, getting 13 goals. But then that season come to an end through injury again. His injury record's been terrible. He signed a new deal in December 2023 until 2028 for Wolves. And if you remember back as well, Marseille offered 20 million for him a couple of summers ago. We turned it down. He's valued at around 12 million now. So maybe we should have took it. And it's weird with him as well, because when he is fit, managers always play him. Vitor Pereira always played him, to a lot of the Wolves fans and mine annoyance, really. He doesn't show enough, and his downfall, especially this season, he's had 5 starts, did get the 1 goal against Everton in the 3-2 defeat in the Premier League, but let's be honest, he did nothing else that game. He's got 1 assist in 3 starts in the Carabao Cup, probably his best games against Chelsea in the 4-3 defeat. So then he come back in, and against Chelsea away in the Premier League most recently, there was a moment, particularly in the first half, I was there in the away end, the ball come out to him on the right-hand side, acres of space in front of him, everyone's screaming for him to bomb up the wing, just cuts back, plays it safe. He's got no confidence, and he's been awful. I don't know how, he can't be playing. He cannot be playing, in my opinion. And there's been an interview he did with the Express and Star where, look, he's a nice bloke, don't get me wrong, a really nice bloke. He said, look, the senior players have got to step up. They've got to pull together in this difficult situation. We've been in this situation before. And he promised as well, he said in that piece, the interview with Express and Star, that he always tries his best and gives his all. He don't feel like that, Hwang, it must be honest. Look, if someone's giving in full effort and they're not good enough, fair enough, but at times he just doesn't even look like he's putting in much effort. And he's the type of player when he doesn't start as well. He's come off the bench 3 times this season in the Premier League, so he's had 8 appearances in total. When he comes off the bench, he's really ineffective as well. So, yeah, look, in hindsight, we should have sold him. And I think when you think back to when Nuno was manager, reportedly and allegedly, Jeff Shee tried to make Nuno sign him because of the commercial value. Nuno said no, he's not good enough. And then when Bruno Lage turned up, he was one of our first signings, and it's because of the commercial aspect of him. And he's had purple patches, as I've mentioned, but ultimately, I think, considering how long he's been here, he's not been good enough. And he's someone we kind of relied on this season. I know he's not the only one that's been poor. John Arias has been poor. Strand Larsen has. But he's had more than enough opportunities this season, and he's just not good enough. He's too negative. And it's weird because I think I said this in my video 8 months ago. Other fans, when they think of Hwang Hee-Chan, they think, yeah, great player. But they only remember that little spell he had under O'Neill. But when you watch him week in, week out, he is not good enough. And it begs the question, will Rob Edwards start him? Now, he's going to see him in training this week. He knows he's a senior player. We haven't got many other options, really. But I hope, this is my opinion, I hope that's a no. I hope he does not start him. I hope he gives Mane more of a chance. Would you rather start John Arias over Hwang? Maybe. And in terms, his best position, Hwang, weirdly, is through the middle. But we've got Tolu and Strand Larsen there. Out on the left or the right, he is useless. You may as well not have him playing. He's that bad. So I thought I'd discuss it. He's been doing the rounds. That penalty's been doing the rounds. And yeah, I think it's time for him to move on. I doubt he'll stay if we're in the Championship because he's still a high-profile player, isn't he? And South Korean fans still love him, one of the most famous players, although they might not love him after that awful penalty. He will be going to the World Cup, won't he? They've qualified South Korea. And just on that as well, Haiti qualified, Bellegarde will be going. Obviously Scotland too, if you've been keeping an eye on it. But comment your thoughts down below on Hwang Hee-Chan. Is he frustrating the life out of you like he is me this season? I can't even think one good performance. I mean, remember against Spurs as well in the 1-1 draw? He got hooked off at half-time. He was so bad away at Spurs. But then he comes back in the game after when he's fit. Vitor seemed to like him. Gary O'Neill did. Obviously, got the best out of him. Bruno Lage did. He'd use him a lot. Even Lopetegui to a certain extent. But yeah, there we go. Comment your thoughts down below. Do you think Rob Edwards will start him? I'm going to do my predicted team for Palace in my preview video coming up in the next few days. So, yeah, but you already know my thoughts on that. Please like the video. Really appreciate it. So close to 11,000 subscribers. So cheers, everyone. I'll catch you next video.